97.5 Radio X is now your home for St. Cloud Tech High School athletics.
Muhammad Youssef, and Youssef takes the shot and a save. Forced there by Kanan Hennon to push it over the bar.
That means Tiger Athletics can be heard right here, from the court to the field, from the ice to the pitch. Your home for St. Cloud Tech Athletics is Radio X, including St. Cloud High School hockey, along with the Icebreakers.
Pass connects. Shot there, Carlson. Save, rebound, loose puck in the slot, and St. Cloud scores!
You can listen to us live or find us at 97.5radiox.com.
And that'll do it. Huskies win the first ever North Star Cup.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers in our sports department. If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC sports department is the place for you.
Kosla back up to Proud. Big slap shot, scores! Goal number 2 for Ethan Proud.
By joining the KVSC sports department, you will not only receive a great addition to your resume, but you will meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
I think he has taken over not necessarily a leadership role, but the role as the focal point on the team, and I think the team does know that.
For more information on how to join KVSC, you can call us at 320-308-3066 or visit our website, kvsc.org.
Gets the ball on the advance, has an open three for the record. Boom, baby!
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here for your second game of the doubleheader on this Saturday, as we see Brady Nelson on the mound throwing first pitch ball 1 here. He is going to be throwing to Levi Lampert, as we see the lineups look the same to start with for both the Huskies and the Mustangs here, as Nelson throws in another pitch high and outside there to the right.
Lampert coming in to today batting .382 overall on the season.
Batting .382 and had a decent first game as well. 1 for 3 with a run. As Nelson cocks back for the third pitch, and that one's going to be just a little bit low. Oh, no, that one was a strike down low, I believe. So 2-1's going to be the count.
Yeah, Lampert has a .522 on-base percentage as well coming into today. Those are.
And the lefty getting a little bit of advantage going against Nelson here as he fires another one. This one down the middle there. That's strike 2. Count's going to move to 2-2. As Nelson on the year, it's only his second start so far in the season, but he's been one of the most effective pitchers for the Huskies so far. 1.93 ERA in 14 innings pitched with 15 strikeouts. Only 6 walks on the year so far as he winds up for another one. This one rocketed out to right field, going to drop to the center field here. And Jacobson makes the catch. 1 out here.
Yeah, good job by Jacobson there, bringing it down from center field, going a pretty long ways into right center with Castro right next to him, and just staying through with the ball.
Yep, and it's one of those plays where you need communication with the Castro and Jacobson there so you don't collide. But as we see Henry Haimrich step into the box here, the first part of this doubleheader, he struggled a little bit against Brassfield, even though he's typically one of the best hitters, as we see strike 1 go through.
Yeah, Hamrich, a really good hitter, has a 1,200 OPS, a .463 on-base percentage. So a really good guy at the top of this order for this Mustangs lineup.
This one's going to be a strike inside here for Nelson. Good start to the count so far at 0-2 in the top of your first inning. And yeah, Haimrich, the Huskies did an excellent job of the first part of this doubleheader and getting the top of the order corralled, as we see this one fouled off to the left. Count stays at 0-2.
Yeah, Nelson, so far this season, has only started 1 game, but he's been the Huskies' best pitcher.
Yep, as we see a ball go a little bit high and outside here. But yeah, as you were saying, Nelson has been one of the best pitchers for the Huskies so far, most efficient. As you see Nelson wind up. And this one's going to be a little bit low here. Count moves to 2-2. As Nelson gets the call in, finally nods one in, winds up. This one rocketed back up to center field. This one's going to drop for a single, it looks like, for Haimrich. So getting back on track here on his season.
Yeah, really simple one there, as the ball was just kind of left over the plate. And, I mean, he didn't try to do too much with it. He just poked it right back up where it came from.
Yep, as we see a runner on first here for the Mustangs with 1 out and a fresh count. And that's going to be first pitch swung on into the gap here. That's going to be, cut off but stopped and bobbled here. So we're going to see Hamrich round third for home and a double. He slides in safely, 1-0 Mustangs.
Hayden Conkle out in left field, tracks it down deep in left center. And as he's bringing it in, it just like he kind of knocks it down off of his glove, and he isn't able to field it in cleanly. So he has to stop, pick it up, and then throw it in, giving him plenty of time to come in and score.
Yep, it looked like it was going to be a gapper and even bigger, I don't see, almost even a triple, but he did an excellent job with his speed to cut it off, just couldn't corral it all the way through. As we see we have Tyler Froland stepping into the batter's box here, batting .240 on the year with a couple home runs and 4 RBIs.
Of course, started off the first game with the home run.
Yeah, that was, I suppose, 2 home runs is leading into today, so it's up to 3 now on the season. And he's going to be first pitch swinging just like that. That's high and deep to left field and gone. That one was another no-doubter from Froland. That's 2 home runs in 2 games, both on his first at-bats.
Yeah, I mean, in that one first pitch, he just comes up and absolutely smokes it. That one was long gone into left field. Left field not too far out, only 320 it looks like down the line.
Yeah, only 328 down there, but I mean, he did get a pretty good distance on that even. He cleared it by a good margin. That was, I believe his home run in the first game was off the first pitch as well, so maybe that's just his forte, seeing the pitch you like right away and jumping on it. As Nelson looks to recover here with ball 1, this one to Chuck Hackett. Hackett playing third for the Mustangs today, played third earlier as well. As Nelson winds up for another one. This one's sent over to shortstop, and that's going to be corralled, fired in, and out number 2 for the Huskies in the top of the first here.
Eric Bello, the Huskies shortstop, doing a great job in the first game especially, just, making those plays look very easy. That one was pretty routine, just went right to him, but he's done a really good job at just making it so you don't have to think about what's going on too much when the ball gets hit over his way.
Yep, Huskies in general proved to be very good at defense in that first round, but another rough first inning here for the Huskies in back-to-back games. This one is going to be a little bit outside for ball 1 for Nelson, this time to Jared Cortez, one of the better hitters on the Mustangs that we were mentioning earlier. Huskies with a quick deficit here, losing 3-0 as Cortez lines this one out to left. This one looks a little bit easier to corral for the third out of the inning, and we will see the Huskies come back around to try to respond in the bottom of the first. That was a good first inning for us here. We will join you back here on Radio X.
Coming this Friday at 12:30, The Undertaker and John Cena.
Wait, what did you say, Drew?
This headlining event is at KVSC Studios.
No, Drew, that's when Sidelines is on. Did you really try to schedule a main event during Sidelines right here on KVSC?
Sidelines?
Yeah, where we talk about things like
Ryan Suter's patience as a D-man are what makes him in the top 5 of the NHL.
Or
got all of the talent in the world in weapons.
So then why aren't they in the playoffs?
And
once Carson Wentz got hurt, I just assumed it was a home field advantage all the way through to the Super Bowl for the Vikings.
I did it as well.
Yep. Because I don't see them winning.
You can catch all of this live every Friday at 12:30, only on pay-per-view.
Drew, cut it with the wrestling promo. Sidelines isn't on pay-per-view. It's right here on 88.1 FM KVSC every Friday at 12:30.
Welcome back to your stream on Radio X here at US Bank Stadium for the bottom part of this first inning. Rough first outing, or half inning, I should say, for the Huskies as we find ourselves in a 3-0 hole as Jamison Quinn will take the mound here for the Mustangs. So far in the season, not too great, and maybe a chance for the Huskies to get a quick retaliation, but 10.2 innings pitch so far with a 6.75 ERA, 6 walks, 8 earned.
Yeah, Quinn, a true freshman, as I'm looking at the SMU Mustangs website right now.
Ooh, and we see a hit by a pitch on the first pitch thrown here for Moreno, so he's going to take first base pretty quickly here, make sure he's okay. Hand looks a little knocked up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Jamison Quinn, obviously true freshman from Eden Prairie, went to Holy Family High School. And according to this, his senior year, he had a .51 ERA with 77 strikeouts and 7 victories. Also batted .409.
My gosh. So possibly a 5-tool athlete over here that we're seeing on the mound. But, yeah, I mean, to be on the mound starting as a true freshman, you're looking at someone with a lot of raw talent in general.
As they're still checking out Moreno there, they had the trainer come out and just take a look at his hand. It looked like he did have a guard on the wrist that it hit, but I think it just shook him up a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully one of those ones that's just kind of a stinger that you'll have to, take a picture of a bruise and get some attention for it later, but hopefully he's okay. It's one of those ones we saw earlier with someone get hit by a curveball, and that's much more fun than catching that heat inside with the hands. Yeah. That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, they're still checking him out here. They're just standing on first base. It looks like he's just putting his sliding mitt on and off, just trying to see how it feels.
Right, you want to make sure that as you go to slide, you don't mess anything else up. But as we get an applause for him giving a thumbs up, we have Wyatt Tweet getting ready to step into the batter's box, DHing so far in this part of the doubleheader.
Oh, actually, Wyatt Tweet in the second game, he's moving to catcher.
Oh, no, I was looking at the wrong sheet. You're right.
Yeah, so him and Guthrie are swapping.
Yep. Nice to get the catcher a little bit of swap here as we see ball 1 go to Tweet, a little bit low and outside. Count is going to start at 1-0 with a runner on first in Moreno. And we did have 2 stolen bags earlier in the first inning, too. Strike 1 here, fired into Tweet.
Yeah, in the first game, we saw Moreno steal second and third back-to-back at one point in the game. I don't think it was the first inning, but does have the capabilities to take off, as they keep him honest.
Mustangs being very aware of that. And Moreno quickly steps back out there, letting him know he's not going anywhere as Tweet gets ready for the windup here. This one fired in, fouled hard off left, out to left and off the netting here.
Yeah, an outside pitch, and Tweet, the left-handed batter, just does a good job staying closed on it and tries to drive it the other way, but just ends up flipping it over the dugout.
Tweet, the left-handed batter, going against the right-handed Quinn here. That one's going to be inside 4. Strike 3 looking for Tweet. One of those ones where you might want to be a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, they'll bring up Blaine Guthrie, of course. Caught last game, DH in this one. And we'll see how he can do here. I mean, obviously, Huskies were able to take the lead in the first inning of the last game, never really had to look back.
As Moreno gets called back, he is safe at first, though, with the tag. Guthrie so far in the year, pretty hot. Coming into the doubleheader today, batting .414 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that pitch is going to be a little bit high. As we see Jamison Quinn get ready for the windup here. This one looks like heat fired in right down the middle for another strike. 2 strikes.
Yeah, Quinn did a good job so far on the mound.
Well, you're seeing him stick to, it seems, and this one's going to be popped back into the gap here by Guthrie. This one's going to push a runner to third here. He's going to be held at first. We're going to see runners at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. So good start, good comeback here from the Huskies yet again, showing retaliation, not going to fall down after a quick 3-0 deficit.
Now Navarhill digging in for the Huskies, of course, hit a 3-run home run in the first game.
Hit a 3-run bomb is the correct word. Yeah. He launched that thing out of here. He wants to do that again. And he had a couple after that, and after at-bats in which he lined all the way down the right field line, was getting good contact, just couldn't quite get the timing down again. As we see Quinn get ready on the mound here. This is going to be cut on. It looks like he went through on that one. Probably was going to be a strike anyway, but count's going to start 0-1. Navarhill so far on the season, 15 RBIs, batting .375, so used to bringing runners home. This one a little bit low and outside, going to be cut on. Maybe wants that one back. Count will move to 1-1. Seeing the runner on first take a slight bit of a lead here with runners on the corner. Pitches fired in. Popped up high here by Navarhill. This one should be easily caught by right fielder. We're going to see a tag up, though, so we'll get our first run of the day for the Huskies. Getting a little bit off that lead, moving to 3-1.
Lee Moreno able to come in and score nice and easy. I mean, it was plenty deep. They didn't even really try at all to get the ball back in time. So nice, easy sac fly. 3-1 ball game.
And that's one thing that you got to respect with Navarhill's at bat there. He came in knowing that his main goal was to get a run across the board there. As we see a first pitch swing and a miss here from Wilmus Castro. With a runner on first and 2 outs here. Hit into a double play earlier, but I suppose that's not too much in play at the moment. As Quinn winds up for the second pitch. This one swung on again, probably a little bit low, so we'll see. But foul tip, so we're going to see 0-2 as the count. Or 1-2, sorry. No, I was right the first time.
The umpire does kind of hide it from you.
I think he's trying to at this point, honestly. I think he wants to see me fail a little bit, but that's okay. I'll prevail. That was ball 1, so now it's 1-2. Castro with a defensive mindset at the plate here so far, or going forward. This one in the dirt again, bounced off home plate, and we're going to see advancing the runner here, and we're going to get into second. Was Blaine Guthrie stealing the bag there on the wild pitch. So now runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Castro, I'm not sure if he is the farthest away from St. Cloud in his hometown, but all the way from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
He came a while to play here. With his brother playing for the Minnesota Twins, obviously, and Willie Castro, so it makes slightly more sense.
Transferred in from college in North Carolina, Eskridge College.
This one cut on and fouled off to the right. Count stays at 1-2 here for Castro. As he looks to try to get Guthrie, the runner in scoring position, through. Quinn winds up and gets strike 3 here on another low pitch, kind of in that same spot. The first 2 pitches were swung on and missed from Castro as we see the innings swap over. The Huskies recovered a little bit there with a 1 run, but going into the top of the second, down 3-1. That was... We will see you again here very soon in just a moment on Radio X 97.5.
Coming this Friday at 12:30, The Undertaker and John Cena.
Wait, what did you say, Drew?
This headlining event is at KVSC Studios.
No, Drew, that's when Sidelines is on. Did you really try to schedule a main event during Sidelines right here on KVSC?
Sidelines?
Yeah, where we talk about things like...
Ryan Suter's patience as a D-man are what makes him in the top 5 of the NHL.
Or...
Got all the talent in the world in weapons.
So then why aren't they in the playoffs?
And...
Once Carson Wentz got hurt, I just assumed it was a home field advantage all the way through to the Super Bowl for the Vikings.
I did it as well.
Because I don't see them winning.
You can catch all of this live every Friday at 12:30, only on pay-per-view.
Drew, cut it with the wrestling promo. Sidelines isn't on pay-per-view. It's right here on 88.1 FM KVSC every Friday at 12:30.
Hello and welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium here for the second half of your Saturday doubleheader with the St. Cloud State Huskies going against the SMSU Mustangs. We see Brady Nelson step back onto the mound after a not so great first inning, but he is also not used to starting. So do you think that could have had an impact on that a little bit to start, Joey?
It definitely could. I mean, when you're used to coming out of the bullpen, it is. I mean, it's the same thing, but it definitely does feel considerably different when you're coming out of the bullpen versus when you're starting, because you're coming out of the bullpen, it's a lot less time to think about what you're doing.
Right, and I mean, we see him as the best ERA so far on the team, gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and another hard-hit ball that's going to land and drop here right in front of the center fielder, Jacobson, for a single on the first pitch from the Mustangs, and that was Owen Lawton dressed too. We're looking at the 7-8-9, so not a great start for the bottom of the order if you're the Huskies.
Yeah, that brings up Caleb Gardeau, the catcher, batting .263 coming into today. And, I mean, that first pitch swing, pretty solid contacts.
It was, and it seems like that's kind of been the pattern so far, these Mustangs. First pitch, swinging, and getting good contact. Another good cut on a first pitch there, but that one's missed with a good heat from Brady Nelson. And we see Lawton Dress take a lead. He does not have any stolen bases on the year, so not too much of a threat for Nelson, as he does give him a look still. And he's going to test him. Slides back in safely. Up in the batter's box, Gardeau, as Joey was saying, only batting .263 on the year so far with no home runs and 1 RBI. This one cut on, it popped up high all the way back where no one can see and no one is, so that ball doesn't exist anymore. We're going to see the count move to, that was second strike, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, count is now 0-2. And another check back here at first for Lawton Dress.
Of course, Brady Nelson, the pitcher on the mound, a redshirt junior transfer from Arizona Western College.
And that's one of the reasons you see him getting a little bit more of that trust, as that one's going to be a little high and outside. But being a redshirt junior, unlike his counterpart here on the opposite end of the mound, who's the redshirt freshman.
I believe he's a true freshman.
Or true freshman, that's right.
Jameson is, yeah. I think Huskies only have one true freshman on the roster that's not redshirting this year.
This one hard lined up and high to center, left center. This one's going to be caught by Jacobson, and we're going to see Lawton Dress return back to first for the first out of the top of the second here.
2025 is Brady Nelson's first season with the Huskies.
Making good impressions so far, and a lot of trust shown with the amount of times that he comes out of the bullpen. It's usually one of those guys that you trust to fan the flames. This first pitch. Oh, cut on. I hope he's out. Looks like he caught that with his glove, or blocked it with his glove, I should say. But Brady Nelson almost caught a fastball off the face there. Very scary moment. That was lined right back at him.
Yeah, and obviously they're going to take a quick mound visit just to, check up, make sure it didn't hit him anywhere. But it did sound like it slapped off his glove, and he just knocked it to the ground.
Yeah, very quick reflexes there, honestly. That'll save you.
He's trying to explain to his coaches and umpires that he was able to get out of the way and didn't get hit.
I mean, he didn't get hit, but he also still got the out. So he recovered very quickly there. Excellent defense on the mound from Brady Nelson.
As they walk off, the lineup card will flow over back to Levi Lampert.
Back to the top of the order here. Started off the game hot with Levi Lambert. Or he was actually the only one in the first inning to get out right away. But with a runner in scoring position, batting from the left side, we'll see what Nelson fires in. First pitch cut on, and just off the tip of the glove for the second baseman. This one's going to be fired home to stop the run there. So we are keep runners at the corners. Almost an excellent catch there
Young Kim has a great stop, though. Or no, that's not him at second base.
No, I believe that is Kim.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That is Kim. We're number 30. Yeah,
No.
Young Kim with a great driving stop, and then getting that back to home quickly was really the great part of that play, stopping that runner from advancing.
Right. Yeah. That's even though he didn't get the catch off just in the air, that stopping that run was a crucial moment to get up. As we see Nelson fire the first pitch slow and down for ball 1. This to the batting second in the lineup for the Mustangs, Henry Hamrick. 1 for 1 so far on the day. Nelson gets ready. This one hard cut on by Hamrick, but missed. Count is going to go to 1-1. And the Huskies had success in the first part of this doubleheader with keeping counts in their favor. Let's see if they can continue that. As Nelson gets ready for his windup. This one a little bit high. Hamrick thought about it, did not give it a cut. With that, the count is going to move to 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of your second inning. Huskies still down 3-1. Nelson gets ready for his windup. This one low, and again, has let a couple pitches just kind of bounce around home plate so far. But that is going to move the count to 3-1. Nelson finding himself pitching from behind so far to start this game. This one wind up and foul tipped off to the right. That will move the count to full.
Nelson done a really good job this at-bat at just not really straying from what he has done well so far this game. When these at-bats run longer like this, it's easy to, stray from what your game plan is, and he continues to just attack the zone.
Right. As he gets the call from the catcher. This one cut on and missed again by Hamrick. He had a couple big cuts in there. That's strikeout number 1 for Brady Nelson, though, as we see the tides shift slightly. And we'll move back to the bottom of the second with the Huskies coming up to bat. Hayden Conkle will be up. We will join you right here on 97.5 Radio X.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Knocks a man off the puck. He's in the slot. Crushing scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net. Hole camp under it. Duke, there it is. Another no hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Hello and welcome back to your Radio X stream at US Bank Stadium here as we get ready for Jamison Quinn to fire in the first pitch that's going to be cut on right away by Hayden Conkle for strike 1. Jamison Quinn, pretty good first inning there. Only 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Another strike here for a quick 0-2 count to Conkle. This one we see him a quick strikeout, 3-pitch strikeout, 3 pitches. That one wasn't even in the zone, swinging by Conkle. But we're seeing a pretty quick wind-up and stretch here from Jamison Quinn so far, not giving the batters any chance to think about it.
Yeah, he works very quickly, like he has a pitch clock on him.
This one quickly fired, and this one for ball 1, a little bit high.
And Quinn throws from this outstretched 3/4 arm slot from the right side that he really just snaps it in.
This one hard cut on. This is going to be caught by the left fielder for the Mustangs. Excellent. Out there. I can't tell who it is out there. But that was good closing in on a short fly ball.
That's lat injuries.
Okay. Oh, I was reading it as infield. I'm a little special.
they write it in the lowercase.
Yeah. But this time we will see Taeyoung Kim take a cut on strike 1. So 2 quick outs here for the Huskies. That one's going to be a little outside, but Jamison Quinn does not want to give us a moment to think with these pitches. He is firing quickly. As we see another windup. This one slightly outside. Count will move to 2-0. 2-1, excuse me. Quinn gets ready for another windup here. Swung on and missed by Taeyoung Kim. Count is going to move to 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That's going to be hard cut on and fouled deep left by Kim. It's almost like Jamison Quinn is even speeding up the pitches every single time. Like when he gets a strike, it's almost immediate. And this one's going to be a dribbler to the shortstop here from Kim and bobbled and not picked up. So another error here from the Mustangs. Brock Waiolota at short has had some trouble so far in both of these games.
Yeah, he just hasn't really been able to, get these ground balls cleanly. They just keep sneaking up on him and just taking these not even weird hops because, the turf usually it's the fact that they're not taking weird hops. I think it's what throwing them off.
Yeah, and you mentioned that in the first game where it could be throwing them off a little bit. At this point, you have to assume it's something related to that.
That ball, usually the turf makes it bounce a little more. That one, he was over it. So it just the turf, sometimes it makes it bounce, sometimes it kills it, and it's really hard to tell. That time it killed it.
On the other side, Eric Bello has had no trouble so far when he's been fielding balls at short, and he's had a couple go his way. This one fired inside for a strike. This is Braden Jacobson up to bat, the 9-hitter. Got to show his speed a lot in the first part of this doubleheader, in defense mostly tracking down balls, but that's strike 3, quickly loaded up, and we're going to see a runner left on base for the Huskies. Coming up to bat here is the Mustangs. We will be right back with you on 97.5 Radio X.
Okay, the KVSC Sports Stream is broadcasting all your Husky athletics. Okay, that's volleyball.
Receives the serve. Torvey, left pitch swing!
Basketball.
She pulled up from the logo looking like Steph Curry.
Baseball.
Toop, there it is. Another no-hitter.
And softball.
This one has a chance to get out on the warning track. Gone!
Okay, so go to kvsc.org. Okay, click sports, and then click KVSC Sports Stream. Okay, we'll see you there.
Hello and welcome back to your Radio X stream at US Bank Stadium, as that was a pretty quick bottom of the second there from the Mustangs as we see Corey Bantam get ready to bat here. 1-for-1 so far on the day with an RBI. And Brady Nelson taking the mound again here in the third inning, for the third consecutive inning. Cleaned it up a little bit last inning. We're looking for a little bit more of that. But so far, one thing that we've seen from the Huskies is their ability to come back. I mean, they did it in the first game. They came back from that deficit pretty quickly. So it's not something that's unheard of or something that is crazy to expect, even though this is a pretty small lead at this point.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 runs here in the third inning. Obviously, it's not that big, but
no.
It'll be really important this inning if Brady Nelson can hold them off. That'll really give the Huskies bats a chance to get back into this one.
As we start with a ball low and outside for ball 1. Corey Bantam so far in the year batting .300 with 1 home run, but 10 RBIs, so usually used to knocking some in. This pitch looked a little bit better, a little bit more down the middle for Brady Nelson, but going to be swung on and fouled off behind home plate.
Yeah, good change of speeds had him way out in front of it, just barely getting the tip of the bat back on it.
Brady Nelson he's mastered that a little bit in the second inning. We'll see if he can continue it, just like you were saying, the off speed and then the speed switch up. That was another one we're a little bit out in front of there for Bantam, and strike 2.
So Bantam, after the changeup got him swinging through it before that, he expected him to speed it back up. Back to back. We'll see if he goes back to the well a third time. It is possible on 1 and 2 if he just goes below the zone.
This one fired in. That was some heat up high.
That's what I more expected there. After the back-to-back changeups, I mean, Bantam is just so slowed down. He's just expecting it there, or probably expecting a curveball at that point. But with the fastball at the top of the zone after the 2 changeups low, it looks so much faster, especially when it's up high.
Huskies have had 2 pitchers so far only today, but both have shown pretty good control in the backwards pitching that we mentioned earlier too. This one, another swung on, just bad timing there. This time from Tyler Froland, the man who's hit 2 home runs so far today, just in total. This windup from Brady Nelson is going to get fired in there a little bit high for ball 1. With that, the count moves to 1-1. Only 1 out here in your top of the third. Brady Nelson goes for his little bit slower approach, and this time winds up cut on again by Froland and missed. So Brady Nelson showing some stuff so far here, doing very well in the swing and miss department.
Yeah, he has done a really good job this inning at putting these hitters exactly where he wants them.
As Froland watches the windup, that fired in just a little too high, but that was the exact same pitch from the last at bat that he struck out on.
Yeah, up and away fastball to the right-handed hitter. I would expect him to probably go, change up inside, probably on the inside black of the plate here from Nelson.
Right, 2-2 count. You don't want to stray too far away as we see this one wind up. This will look like a changeup inside that's going to be kind of blopped up in the middle of the short and left fielder and going to be hauled in by Bello. Another excellent defensive play from him today.
Great play ranging all the way back there over the head. Probably, at that point it's probably Jacobson's ball from center field, but he was there along with him, and Bello just called him off.
Yeah, no, it's the confidence in that moment in catching the ball. You can't be looking around, you just got to call it and then expect your teammates to trust you in that moment, and that's what happened. As we see Chuck Hackett, the third baseman, step back into the box. This one's going to go a little bit low to Hackett for ball 1. Now 2 outs in the top of the third. Huskies still losing 3-1. Nelson winds up. This one tossed high up in the... This one is everyone duck.
Oh, it missed everyone.
It missed everyone. Everyone looks okay. Oh, my gosh. That...
Yeah. There's a little overhang that covers part of the stands. And then the rest are just, kind of those field levels right down here.
We're protected. We're fine. That was dropping bombs on the civilians, though. This one's lined hard to center field as Jacobson backs up to the warning track and caught on the wall. What an excellent defensive play on the run.
He gives a spin around on the run to track it down on top of the wall.
Wow, what a third out for the Huskies here. As we close out the inning, still 3-1 deficit. We await the bottom of the third on 97.5 Radio X.
Walker shoots bar down, Nolan Walker. He's got 2 now on the evening, and the Huskies, just like that, take the lead back.
Looking for your fill of St. Cloud State sports action?
He finds Roberts in the left corner. His 3 is up and good.
Another one. All your favorite St. Cloud State sports can be found at KVSC, Radio X, and the KVSC Sports Stream.
In the slot momentarily, and the Huskies score.
Welcome back to your Radio X stream on 97.5 at US Bank Stadium. We get ready for the bottom of the third inning here as the Huskies get ready to take the batter's box. Jamison Quinn, so far, pretty solid outing for the true freshman. So far in the day, only 1 hit allowed with the 1 earned and 4 strikeouts. So pretty effective and high strikeout rate.
Leading off, though, Lee Moreno, of course, led off the bottom of the first by getting hit by a pitch.
Yeah, now he actually gets a chance to swing at a pitch maybe because that was on the first pitch as well.
He came around to score then. Huskies' sole run of the game so far.
Quinn fires this one quick. First pitch swung on and corralled by the shortstop. This one out. You almost kind of like to see that from Brock Wyola, getting the yips out of the way there. Finally, a fielded ball cleanly and not an error.
Yeah, I mean, he double clutched and he took his time throwing that one. It was only a 1 step. I mean, it could have been a lot easier for him, or a lot easier of an out.
Yeah, you could tell he was definitely thinking about that one. But as we see Wyatt Tweet stepping in the batter's box here, as he takes strike 1 pretty quickly, he is trying to recover from the first at-bat where he also struck out looking. As Jamison Quinn will actually give him a second this time, but fired in for strike 2 pretty quickly. So Wyatt Tweet needs to kind of wake up here if he doesn't want to catch himself lacking again. This one dribbled to second base, but has to go deep into the outfield. It's going to go right through his legs. I believe that will still be might be an infield single. We'll see how that gets graded.
Yeah,
no, that's an error.
Yeah, it'll probably be an error. Jared Cortez, the second baseman there. I mean, it was kind of like at his feet, and I think it might have just hit off his cleat, honestly.
Right. No, it's one of those plays you should definitely have, but it is difficult ranging from left to right like that as a righty. As we see Quinn step back onto the mound here and get ready to fire. This is Guthrie taking a quick cut and a miss for strike 1. Well, we're seeing the second time around the order, the Huskies be a little bit more used to that quick wind-up, quick pitch, and be ready for the delivery a little bit quicker. This one is going to be popped up high to the first baseman by Guthrie. He's going to travel outside the line a little bit and catch that foul ball for out number 1. 2, I apologize.
Yeah. Navarhill now digging in for the Huskies again.
Navarhill got the RBI and the sacrifice fly in the first inning. 2 home runs so far in the year and batting 3 home runs and batting .375. This is another hard cut by Navarhill, missed for strike 1. I think the Huskies are definitely continually recognizing that they need to be swinging quickly. Another cut and a miss by Navarhill. Count's going to go to 0-2. Jamison Quinn looks over at first base to make sure Guthrie isn't going too far and gets ready to fire this one. This one lined to the first base by Navarhill, who's going to make a diving stop and flip it to Jamison Quinn for the third out.
A great play there. Diving down, dropping it onto the ground, and just staying with it for the flip. Corey Bantam makes the play happen.
And you don't usually the first baseman is someone you stick out there for. They're not good at fielding, but he proved otherwise there, as we will join you again here very soon for the 97.5 Radio X stream.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Luka knocks a man on the puck. He's in the slot. Crushing scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net, whole camp under it. Toop, there it is, another no-hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Welcome back to your Radio X stream here at US Bank Stadium as we see Brady Nelson get ready to take the mound again for the top of the 4th inning for your Huskies. besides the first inning, has had a pretty good outing so far in what he's not used to starting. So maybe you can account that for a rough first inning. But otherwise, he's kind of recovered.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely looked a lot better since that first inning. His last inning, he looked good out there. I mean, like, you know, that he started off getting hit around a little bit. They were making some solid contact, and he really he was able to avoid a lot of bats in the last inning.
As we see Jared Cortez step into the box for the 6, 7, 8 batters in the lineup for the Mustangs, and this ball is going to be a ball inside. Couldn't even be corralled there. But as Brady Nelson gets ready for the second pitch, he awaits the call. And that one's pretty close to a strike, but I believe that was called a ball. So we move to 1-1, I believe.
Yeah, Nelson today had...
Or 2-0.
Nelson today has 7 balls put in play, 5 through the air, only 2 on us ground balls. Not really the differential you'd like to see as a pitcher there.
No, that typically means we're giving up a lot of good contact and a lot of balls that are hit hard. As Nelson throws his arms over his head for the windup, and this is going to be cut hard and missed by Jared Cortez here. Cortez goes into the count now 1-2 as he awaits the pitch from Nelson. This one half cut on again, but struck out there, and it looks like it was foul tip, but caught by Wyatt Tweet, so it's still going to be a strikeout.
Yeah, that was just a full sword. I mean, Cortez was trying his best the second that he started going around to pull back, but he just could not quite stop himself from swinging at that up and away pitch.
And Cortez is someone the Huskies have kind of kept cool today so far, usually one of the more hot hitters on the Mustangs, as we see Owen Lawton-Dress step into the box, and he's going to take strike one looking. In his first at bat, he did not get on base, but is batting .250 on the year so far with 1 RBI and 3 runs. And had a pretty good play in left field earlier as well. This one low but cut on and fouled off behind home plate by Lawton-Dress, so we'll see 0 balls, 2 strikes.
We'll see how Nelson goes for this. Kind of working inside-outside so far this at-bat. Gets ahead 0-2 quickly.
This one fired in high, so he continues to try to go back to that high fastball for the strikeout pitch. It seems like that's what he wants.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, you know, working north-south for a guy like Nelson. He has a very aggressive delivery. He's his body moves very, I don't want to say violently, but kind of.
This one popped up high out to left center field here. Looks like it's going to be corralled and caught by Conklin there, or Conkle, for the second out of the inning. Brady Nelson, another good recovery after that first inning here. 2 quick outs. Although it was a pretty good fly ball that time again, like you mentioned. A lot of these are not exactly the way you want to see outs happen, but they are outs.
Yeah, I mean, the last few innings he's really been able to keep it down, and especially just because he's been missing so many bats. But when they are able to make contact, it does go a pretty far way.
As we see strike one taken looking from Caleb Gardo here. Brady Nelson winds up for the second pitch. This one cut on and fouled behind home plate here. Another 0-2 count for Brady Nelson, so exactly what you'd want to see. It's typically the way that any pitcher is going to be working from the best and working and late into games is getting these 0-2 counts. As Nelson winds up. This one swung on by Gardo and lined to the second baseman, Kim. He's going to corral it cleanly and thrown out for the third out of the top of the 4th inning here. As we await the Huskies to take the batter's box, we will be right back with you here on Radio X 97.5.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the MSHSL and the Minnesota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here, your Radio X call of the second half of your doubleheaders on this Saturday evening. So far, Huskies down 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth as we await Wilmus Castro to step into the box. We will see him, Hayden Conkle, and Eric Bello for sure as the 5, 6, 7 hitters are up on deck.
And, Jamison Quinn out there for another inning work, and it's really apparent already. His arm slot has dropped down a little bit. It was a lot more over the top when the game started. It's basically it's been a 3/4 the entire time, but it's getting a lot closer to a sidearm than over the top at this point.
And I wonder if one of the reasons for that is you see him just speeding up his delivery every single time, and you wonder if that kind of forces different adjustments throughout the game. Wilmus Castro here struck out in his first at-bat. Struck out looking as well. This one's going to be looking but a ball high here from the first pitch for Quinn. And Castro's not the only victim so far of Quinn's strikeouts. He's got 4, and that one, Castro's going to get barely hit there. So we will take first base.
Yeah, just barely. I mean, you said barely tapped him, but he's able to take first base no problem.
I think he was staying in the box as if he was fine, and the umpire said, "No, you got hit."
I think his jersey. Sometimes your jersey just comes off your chest a little bit.
Right.
I think that's really all that happened.
Hayden Conkle will step into the batter's box here after striking out, just like Castro on his first at bat. So we'll see if he can recover in the same way. He goes for the bunt, but decides to pull it back here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was a real bunt attempt there or not, or if just see what the defense does when you show it.
Right. Ball 1 here. That one's going to be a little bit outside to the right.
Yeah, no bunt shown there.
Well, and especially when you see the defense like preparing for a steal from Castro here, you want to see what they're willing to move to. As Quinn fires this one down the middle, first strike, 1 in a 2-1 count. Conkle looks to the dugout here for some instruction as he awaits the pitch from Quinn. This one fired in and cut hard into right. That's going to land, and that's going to get into the gap, too. Castro's going to round second. Conkle's going to stay at second. Castro's going to round. Oh, he's going to be told to stop. Smart move by the third base coach there as he is safe back at third.
Almost caught him in no man's land down and hard, but a great hit there from Conkle, sending it all the way to the wall as the outfielder just came in, closed in on it, but now 2 runners in scoring position with no outs for the Huskies.
And that's the exact kind of start that you want to see to an inning, especially when you're down 2-0. But and even with mentioning Conkle as well, I believe that's the same exact hit he had earlier, but he rounded second and tripped and didn't get his double. As this one's fired in by Quinn for a ball outside. Seeing Quinn lose a little bit of control as the game has moved on so far. Quinn winds up. This one going to be ball low as well. So 2-0 count here to Eric Bello as he has a runner on second and third with no outs and a 2-run deficit in the bottom of the 4th inning here at US Bank Stadium. Quinn fires this one in and hard cut on by Bello. He had the 2-0 count and he wanted to do something with it. He wanted to tie this game by himself.
Yeah, he was swinging hard there, and the coach is going to come out and tell him to settle down. He puts his hand on his shoulder and just says, you need to put the ball the other way or something and just get a run home.
Yeah, he's pointing at the runners right now saying, look, it's, you get a single right here, you get 2 runs. Yeah. Calm down.
I mean, he was trying to give the Huskies the lead there, down by 2.
Yeah. No, he wanted to be the go-ahead. After the little bit of visit there from the manager, Jamison Quinn steps back onto the mound. This one fired in and hard cut on by Bello again. This is going to be a popped up to right. Should get in at least 1 here. Caught, and this is going to advance the runners to move the deficit to only 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning and 1 out.
Yeah, good job. That ball, I mean, he popped it high, but it traveled far deep into right field. I mean, plenty of room for Castro to score, and Conkle pulls into second or third, no problem.
You think the manager takes a little bit of credit on that one?
I'm sure, when he gets back to the dugout, he gives himself a little pat on the chest.
Yeah. You would think, right? I mean, I just talked to you, and then you get an RBI?
Yeah.
This one fired in for ball 1 here to Taeyoung Kim as he steps into the batter's box for the second time today. He has a runner on third and 1 out, so still another opportunity for a sac fly here if we get a smart at bat. Another ball low here. So kind of the opposite of what we've seen from Jamison Quinn so far to start this 4th inning. Not a lot of control to begin at bats. And this one's going to bounce in the dirt as well. Count is 3-0. You'd assume someone like Kim probably is just going to watch this pitch wherever it is. That's going to fall in there for a strike, but that's okay. That's one of those scenarios where you make him throw it in the zone.
Yeah, infielders are playing in. I'm not sure if they will go home on a ground ball to him. Won't matter, though.
Ball 4 for Taeyoung Kim here. And that's almost something that you'd prefer if you're the Mustangs at this point, because you can get a ground ball double play now, and that's in play.
Yeah, it's Braden Jacobson coming back up. He's hitting .349 coming into the game or today. As they're going to take a mound visit now.
Yeah, perfect time for a mound visit here. You got 1 out in a crucial situation and something that could flip the game pretty quickly here.
Tying run obviously on third base, but the go-ahead for the Huskies to be on first is really the wild card here with 1 out.
And Kim is somebody that's stolen 2 bags in the year so far already, too. So you're going to be looking at him trying to be a menace for the pitcher as well, making him think about him instead of where he's placing the next pitch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Huskies have Jacobson do. I mean, you would assume he's just hitting all the way, but a bunt isn't out of the question. If you think that you might be able to get a throw down to second base, them trying to get the double play or something, you can run home.
It's depending on how much you trust in Jacob's ability to bunt, because if you can hit one down the third base line with Conkle moving when he does it, I mean, you're gonna get a squeeze run.
We'll see as he steps in.
Quinn ready after the mound visit here. Let's see what he got cooking after that. That looks a little bit low for ball 1 to Jacobson. As Jacobson takes some direction from the bench as well. Quinn gets ready for his windup. Jacobson gets ready for a bunt here and pulls it back quickly for a strike. So one thing we saw there in their response to the bunt, that was the first baseman, Barton, that he stepped up to come field that instead of the third baseman. So you think they're going for that runner at home first.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, I guess.
This the bunt again here. We're going to see the first baseman step up, and he got there in time. Conkle's out at home.
Yeah, great flip on that one, charging in as it was nice and easy from Corey Bantam to just send it. I mean, he didn't even take it out of his glove. It was just a glove flip.
Yep. And I mean, if he took it out of his glove, he would have been safe. It was that close, but it was something that we knew the Huskies were looking at doing there, and the Mustangs were prepared.
Lineup card flips over, though.
Yep, lineup card flips over. We got the first batter up here in Moreno, Liam Moreno, who got hit for the first pitch and then didn't get on base the second time around. And he's going to take ball 1 inside here. Jamison Quinn looks in for the call, looks off second, fires one in. This one just high enough for a strike as the count moves to 1-1. Moreno looking to get a runner home from scoring position here with 2 outs. This one fired in and lined down the third base line. That one's going to stay fair.
Forced out of third. No, they did bounce off the plate.
It bounced off the plate, okay.
But, I mean, if it rolled down the third base line like it did, the third baseman literally just fielded it, stepped on the bag.
Right. He was just waiting for them to come into the third base line so they could tag him out. As Jamison Quinn gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. This one almost cut on in a wild pitch here that will advance the runners to second and third here, which is a big deal considering there's only 2 outs and we only have a 1-run deficit. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position.
Still no activity in the Mustang bullpen, which surprised me a little bit because Jamison Quinn does look a little tired out there.
It does seem like you were mentioning that in one of the breaks that, you know, this quick windup, it has to eat at him in some kind of way. This one hard cut on by Moreno, high to left. This getting under it. Here's Lawton Dress, and he is going to make the third and final out of the bottom of the fourth inning for the Mustang. As we see one run go through for the Huskies, we still have a one-run deficit, 3-2 going into the top of the fifth. We'll be right back here with you on Radio X 97.5.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Luka knocks a man on the puck. He's in the slot. Crookshank scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net, hole camp under it. Toop, there it is, another no-hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here as the Huskies start off the top of the fifth with a one-run deficit, and Brady Nelson stepping back onto the mound here. We see getting ready to step into the box is the 9-1-2 hitters for the Mustangs, and Brock Wyola, Levi Lampert, and Henry Hamrick. So something you want to see, kind of a quick out from Brady Nelson here when you're facing the 9-hole hitter as the leading off.
Yeah, Wylota only hitting 200 coming into today with 1 RBI. Just right on the Mendoza line.
As Nelson winds up for pitch one, that's going to get hard cut into the gap here, and that's going to be tracked down by Castro. What excellent range there, moving all the way to the gap for out number one.
Yeah, I mean, he was given chase, and there was just something about the way that he ran. You could kind of tell that he was going to bring that in the whole time. Yeah. He had a good eyesight on it, just tracking it down. I mean, he had that back to his right side. You can tell he has a really good comfortability just jumping back there.
Yeah, that was some track and field stuff coming out the gate right there. I mean, it was clearly lined in the gap. As this one's again hard cut on for a high fly ball, this time to the third baseman. Moreno is going to haul that one in for 2 pitches and 2 outs here to start the inning for Brady Nelson. And that is the perfect designer cookie cutter start to an inning for the Huskies, as we see the second and most dangerous hitter on the Mustangs really come up to bat with no one on base and 2 outs. As Hamrick gets ready for pitch one from Nelson. You think he was faking a bunt for a second?
Yeah, he was faking a bunt to get him to – he was trying to get him to panic throw a ball.
It's kind of what it looked like. It's not the first time he's done that. He did that in an earlier at bat as well.
Yeah, also it might just be to get the timing of the pitch in.
Right. And I mean, when someone's batting .361 and 4 home runs and 10 RBIs in the year, you're like, okay, yeah, you can do what you want. You're doing something right, so. As this one's going to be low for ball 2. Count moves to 2-1. Hamrick cocks the bat back and waiting the pitch from Nelson. This one going to be placed in the same spot as the last one, as the count's going to move to 3-1 here. A little bit of toying around the bottom of the zone for Nelson as he winds up for the 4th pitch. And this one's going to be hard lined and high up to center field Jacobson, who's going to get under it and catch it for the 3rd out. So a bunch of fly balls, a bunch of high fly balls, but 3 pretty quick outs here for the Huskies. As we move to the bottom of the 5th, we'll be right back with you here on Radio X 97.5.
Coming this Friday at 12:30, The Undertaker and John Cena.
Wait, what did you say, Drew?
This headlining event is at KVSC Studios.
No, Drew, that's when Sidelines is on. Did you really try to schedule a main event during Sidelines right here on KVSC?
Sidelines?
Yeah, where we talk about things like
Ryan Suter's patience as a D-man are what makes him in the top 5 of the NHL.
Or
He's got all the talent in the world in weapons.
So then why aren't they in the playoffs?
And
once Carson Wentz got hurt, I just assumed it was a home field advantage all the way through to the Super Bowl for the
I did it
Vikings.
as well.
Because I don't see them winning.
You can catch all of this live every Friday at 12:30, only on pay-per-view.
Drew, cut it with the wrestling promo. Sidelines isn't on pay-per-view. It's right here on 88.1 FM KVSC every Friday at 12:30.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here for the second half of your Saturday doubleheaders with the Mustangs facing off against our St. Cloud State Huskies. They'll start the bottom of the 5th here with Jamison Quinn still on the mound as he looks at the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Huskies. Wyatt Tweet steps into the batter's box first, and he's going to take a hard cut that's going to go foul down the right field line for strike 1.
He hit that hard. He lowered that, or he went into the lunge from his back foot, and he just ripped that with his front shoulder.
And when it came off the bat, I did think it was going to stay fair, too, and it just curved.
Yeah, I mean, it had the slice of a golf ball.
Yep.
Falling off to the side.
As Quinn fires another one in there, and this time fouled off to the left side of the ear, so he wants to touch up both sides of the field. He said, I'm not a pole hitter. I'm not an opposite field hitter. I can do whatever I want. As Joseph Quinn fires in the third pitch. This time swung on and made contact again through the first baseman's glove for a single here for Wyatt Tweet.
Yeah, that was a clean single. First baseman not even able to get his glove near it as it goes flying through into right field.
Yeah, those ones are near impossible to track when they're coming off the bat that hot.
Yeah, that's just the Huskies' third hit of the game so far.
Now let's see if we can possibly manufacture some runs with the base running like we did in the first part of this doubleheader. This one is cut on by Guthrie for foul again. That's 4 pitches and 4 swings with contact here in a row for the Huskies. So they're seeing something they like. As Guthrie steps back in the box, waiting for pitch number 2. This one cut on again, sent back, and caught this time by the shortstop for the Mustangs. Wow, Tweet gets back into first safely, but Brock Wylota shaking off the woes from the first half of the day and making an excellent defensive play at shortstop.
Yeah, that was a great job just floating up there and snagging that ball out of the air for out number 1.
That's one of those ones that'll get your confidence back for sure. But that moves to out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th here for your Huskies. And that's going to be ball 1 outside here to Ethan Navarhill. He's going to look at the 1-0 pitch and wait the second here. And it looks like he went on that one, so it's going to be strike 2. He tried looking to the ump like he didn't do it, but he was guilty. Count is 1-1 with 1 out. You need to be careful of the double play here if you're the Huskies. This one cut on and fouled back behind home plate to move the count to 1-2. Navajo waits the 2-1 pitch. Oh, and this one hard lined and just below the home run line in right field. So that's going to stay a single for Navarhill, but he's going to advance Tweet to third. So we're going to see runners at the corners here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning for your Huskies.
Yeah, that was one of those. You hit it so hard you don't have anywhere to go but first, especially because you hit it right to the right fielder. And, of course, the right wall is so much closer.
Yep.
Just because of how the field is crammed into a football field. But, I mean, yeah, he sent waves across the screen out in right field.
Oh, yeah. No, that was those vibrations were felt around the stadium. As we see a first pitch ball here to Wilmus Castro, who got on base his last time around with a hit by pitch. As we get a time here from the Mustangs catcher.
Give some signals for a first and third if they take off what to do.
It looked like he was just trying to pump him up for a second. It was kind of weird. But Wilmus Castro gets ready for the pitch and takes a cut deep to center field here. This will get in at least one. As we see it caught by the Mustangs here, and the game is tied for the Huskies with the Wyatt Tweet sacrifice there. 3-3 in the bottom of your 5th with now 2 outs.
Yeah, great job by Castro lifting that way out into center field where, I mean, easy for a guy from third to tag up there when it's out that far.
Yeah, no, he could have walked from third to home and he would have been safe.
Huskies finally even the score back up for the first time since the first inning.
And all 3 runs have been on sacrifices so far?
I believe so.
This one high and outside for the first pitch to Conkle. But Huskies manufacturing runs any way they can and proving they can tie the game. As we see pitch 2 from Quinn here, line deep to left field. This one's going back, and off the wall. It stays in. This is going to be a double for Conkle. Going to have runners on second and third. Oh, my gosh, that was a couple inches away from a home run.
It was. There's a fence there's like a little fence over the wall out in left field, and it hit off the little fence that's over the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think the umpires are going to come and have a meeting on, is this what is a home run and what's not.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he had the distance for that thing. And he just hits it into the right part of left field even where the wall is a little bit lower, and that's over.
Yeah. Very, very close as they come over and make sure that it wasn't a home run.
It was going until the very end there. It didn't look like it hit over from here at least, but, man, was that close.
Yeah, it did look like it hit off that little white fence over the wall. But, we'll see how they call it.
I mean, they're taking a while to deliberate, and I suppose it's a little bit harder without instant replay right in front of you. You kind of just have to go off what you think you saw. Looks like.
And.
Wait.
I don't know. I think they're saying stay where you are.
Yeah. I think someone from the stands screamed foul ball, and I think I got confused for a second. I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah. So Eric Bello now the batter.
Eric Bello, yeah, now up to bat 0 for 1 in the day so far, but with an RBI. He's got runners on second and third. Opportunity to really push the lead here for the Huskies with 2 outs. The left-handed batter takes a cut, or the right-handed batter takes a cut against the right-handed pitcher for strike 1. Yeah, no longer looking for sacrifices here for the Huskies. Going to need to actually get a ball to land in the grass for a run. That one's going to be a little bit high and in. Count's going to move to 1-1 here for Bello. As Bello takes his right-handed stance, he awaits the pitch from Quinn. That one high and inside as well for 2-1 count now. Bello staying smart, awaiting his pitch, knowing he does not need to be aggressive right away. This time, this pitch goes in the dirt for ball 3.
It's Ta-Young Kim on deck with first base is open.
With Kim on deck, Eric Bello awaits the 3-1 pitch here. Let's see if he wants to give it a swing. cut on and line down the third baseline. Gets through the third baseman, picked up by the shortstop, and but the throw is not made through. It wasn't picked up. That's going to go out of play and be an advance of runners. 2 runs go through.
One hopper to the first baseman, and he goes forward, and he tries to pick it up right when it hops. When you're the first baseman, you want to drop back and let it just bounce into your chest.
You want to let the ball come to you and use your body to block it. That time was...
He steps out, and right where he tries to meet it is like the worst spot to try to meet that ball. I think he tried to pick it right after he hit the ground where the turf just, we've talked about that all day. Normally the dirt on a baseball field will take any momentum off, like no matter what. But the turf, it might speed it up, it might slow it down depending on how the spin's going or something like that.
Right. It's not like you're too often practicing on a turf field, so it's a little bit hard to get that down with real-life reps. But
they do have a guy coming in from the bullpen.
And that will be it from Jamison Quinn, who's going to finish the day with 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, 5 runs in total given up, and just 1 walk.
So as they get this...
Yeah, as we see them getting ready to warm up here, we will take a break and be right back with you on Radio X 97.5.
97.5 Radio X is now your home for St. Cloud Tech High School athletics.
Muhammad Youssef, and Youssef takes the shot and a save. Forced there by Kanan Hennon to push it over the bar.
That means Tiger Athletics can be heard right here, from the court to the field, from the ice to the pitch. Your home for St. Cloud Tech Athletics is Radio X, including St. Cloud High School hockey, along with the Icebreakers.
Pass connects. Shot there, Carlson. Save, rebound, loose puck in the slot, and St. Cloud scores!
You can listen to us live or find us at 97.5radiox.com.
And I'll do it. Huskies win the first ever North Star Cup.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers in our sports department. If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC sports department is the place for you.
Kosla back up to Proud. Big slap shot, scores! Goal number 2 for Ethan Proud.
By joining the KVSC sports department, you will not only receive a great addition to your resume, but you will meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
I think he has taken over not necessarily a leadership role, but the role as the focal point on the team, and I think the team does know that.
For more information on how to join KVSC, you can call us at 320-308-3066 or visit our website, kvsc.org.
Gets the ball on the advance, has an open 3 for the record. Boom, baby! Lexi Peterman has 41!
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
All right, welcome back to your sports stream here at 97.5 at US Bank Stadium as we see Colin Hubert take the mound for the Mustangs. Only 4 innings pitched so far on the year in 2 appearances and no starts. But this left-hander is going to toss it in, and we have, I believe, a pinch hitter for the Huskies as well.
That is number 19, Bennett Napper.
Bennett Napper stepping in. He got a little bit of play in the first half. I believe he was either pinch runner or pinch hitter for just a little bit at the end.
Wait, excuse me. I was reading off the Southwest roster. That's Ethan Kruger.
Ethan Kruger.
Yeah, he did get in at the end of the last game as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he got in just a little bit, but he takes a cut there for strike 2, I believe, and that's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes for Kruger. The righty going against the left-hander. Hubert so far in the year, 4.50 ERA, 3 strikeouts, 5 hits in the 4 innings, and that's going to be ball 2. So count's going to move to 2-2. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning for your Huskies after the mound visit and change here. Kruger awaits the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to go outside. Count's going to move to full at 3-2.
Hubert, a true freshman from Prescott, Wisconsin. Another true freshman.
Yeah, true freshman to true freshman here. As the lefty winds up and throws ball 4 down and away. Kruger will take first base there as only batting 154 on the year. Nice to see him get on base. And then we see Braden Jacobson step up to the batter's box here. So far, only 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. This time with the runner in scoring position and runner at first, looking for another 2-out rally here as the Huskies have extended their lead 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning here.
They do get a pinch runner at first. Bamhover in to run for first base.
Oh, they're really trying to mess with us, aren't they? Yeah, Bamhover is running on first here.
They did the same thing last game with Bamhover coming in as a defensive replacement / pinch runner for second base.
That's right. This one's slow and inside and going to hit right in the heel for Jacobson. That's one you got to kind of walk off there.
Yeah, they got him in the heel or just right on the calf.
Yeah. That one's going to be a stinger for a second.
Either way, it was on the back or the back leg, which is, that's never the one that if you're going to get hit. But
right, one of those ones hopefully you can just kind of walk it off. But when you have a speed guy like Jacobson in center field, you wonder how much that you give him leeway on that.
But he's able to shake it off, get right back on.
And we have the top of the order coming back around with bases loaded. 2 outs here. Moreno takes a hard cut on the first pitch here. He wanted to do something. He wanted to change the tides of this game wholeheartedly. But 0-1 count here. Hubert fires this one in away. Wild pitch. We're going to see runners try to advance. Let's see if they get him. And safe. Another run through here for the Huskies. Looks like Bello got through. Lead extended 6-3 here in the bottom of your 5th inning on the wild pitch from Hubert. With Hubert, that's you see someone with not a lot of experience coming in. Sometimes you can kind of see that in the first inning they're back. That one cut on and fouled behind home plate by Moreno. Count will move to 1-2. But like we said, from the true freshman so far, we have seen a hit by pitch. We've seen a wild pitch so far. Hubert loads up and cut on, foul tipped and caught here for the strikeout. So Hubert gets out with only allowing 1 extra run through, and the Huskies will keep a 6-3 lead going in to the top of the 6th inning here. We will be right back with you on 97.5 Radio X.
Now Nolan Walker. He's got 2 now on the evening, and the Huskies, just like that, take the lead back.
Looking for your fill of St. Cloud State sports action?
He finds Roberts in the left corner. His 3 is up and good.
Another one.
All your favorite St. Cloud State sports can be found at KVSC, Radio X, and the KVSC Sports Stream.
In the slot momentarily, and the Huskies score!
And hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here for the second half of your Saturday doubleheaders, Huskies versus Mustangs. Top of the 6th inning here, we see the Huskies continue their 6-3 lead, and Brady Nelson still on the mound. A little bit of a shock considering this is only his second start of the year, but he's kind of earned that so far, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming into today, he led the team in ERA. He was qualified as, the qualifications are for pitching stats going into today. Technically, after the first game, he wasn't going into this game, but
right.
Either way, he's had just barely about 14 innings so far coming into today with just under a 2 ERA. Obviously, it's ballooned a little bit so far in this game to a 2.84, but still, he has more strikeouts than hits allowed so far in the season through 19 innings with 18 strikeouts, 16 hits.
And he's coming into today, he was one of 3 leaders on the team in strikeouts. It's something that he's proven so far. He's proven that he deserves a spot in that starting rotation. As we see Corey Bantam stepping in the batter's box here, we await the 3-4-5 hitters, possibly the most dangerous part of the lineup here for the Mustang, as he takes the first pitch for a ball. Nelson winds up. This one cut on hard by Bantam, but missed for strike 1. count moves to 1-1. And we do see a little bit of a shift here every time these lefties come up. We have the second baseman calling all the way back into the right field line there. This one lined back up to the pitcher, but fielded by the shortstop and out. Another excellent play by Bello there. Not the most dramatic one he's had to make, but still needed range.
Yeah, he's been really good for the Huskies all day. I mean, the whole defense has been really good for the Huskies the entire day, but through both games, as they just make every play that. I mean, it's not the flashy plays most of the time. It's just the nice little plays that you don't have to think about.
Well, I mean, like in a 3-run game, I think the defense has saved 2 runs so far. So it's insanely powerful. And this one's going to go right back to Bello. They're going to say, I want you to do it again. He fields it cleanly and fires it without a problem. He'll do it all day. This is practice.
Yeah, nice and easy, and I mean, it makes it so much easier for Brady Nelson when he knows that he can just throw a ball lower part of the zone, get some weak contact, and just trust the defense to make the play. No problem.
Yep, and it's a converse of what we were talking about in the beginning of this game, where he was giving up a lot of big fly balls, a lot of deep fly balls, and like that's still scattered around, but we just saw 2 quick ground outs that he's obviously transitioned to throwing down in the zone.
Another good pitch there, low and away.
Yep, for strike 1 here, this time to Chuck Hackett, who he's so far 0 of 2 on the day, and we held him in check the first part of the doubleheader as well. As Nelson awaits the call, he winds up for the pitch. This one sent in just a little low to even the count at 1-1. No, there has been no shortage of exciting plays so far. We can definitely say that. As Nelson throws his hands behind his head and winds up for... He's going to go down to the first base umpire and say he didn't go. That was a close one, but it's going to move to 2 balls and a strike here with that low pitch. About halfway ran around, but just didn't quite get there. As Nelson fires in this one for inside pitch as well, so it's going to go to 3-1. Very rare down in the count opportunity here from Nelson. Let's see if the Mustangs take advantage.
Taking a lot more time, Nelson is.
That hit him for strike 2, though, and that's going to fill the count up at 3-2. Yeah, and it's like a converse to the Jamison Quinn from earlier, who was quickly firing, and it was working in the beginning, but it quickly tired him out, I think is what we noticed. And that one's going to go just a little bit high for a walk from Nelson, which is his first walk of the outing so far. So can't complain too much about that as we see a runner on first and 2 outs for the Mustang. And I feel like the Huskies has been doing an excellent job with this so far today of managing the runners on base to, we have 2 outs. I can be a little bit wild with this 3-2 pitch. And that one tipped off the catcher's glove there.
He made contact with it on accident and just went straight down, I think.
Okay. Either way, it looks like, that ball 1 is what they're going to count it.
Oh, no, so it did hit off the catcher's glove, but he checked his swing, and it looked like it just hit right off his bat straight down.
Yeah, no, he kind of matrixed it with his bat, I think. I don't know how it happened, but it worked. Brady Nelson fires in the second pitch here, high for ball 2. As we see Jared Cortez here up to bat, who has been held in check so far, and today in total, so far in the second game, still 0 of 2, and that one's going to go low for ball 2. But coming in today was batting .452 with a home run and 6 RBIs, leading the team in hits and average. As he awaits the 2-1 pitch. And they're going to say that hit him. Another one of those kind of barely hitting the inside. I think it kind of tipped the bottom of his forearm or maybe his belt, something like that. But he is going to get a base as we see runners go to first and second with 2 outs here.
Yeah, that one did not look as close as Castro's did, but
yeah,
it's called the same.
Usually you know when you don't even see a reaction after they get hit.
Yeah.
When there's no like, I'm going to limp this off. I'm going to try to make this look now. But nonetheless, we see Owen Latendresse step into the box to take ball 1. So far on the day, 1 of 2 with just the 1 hit.
Huskies going to take a mound visit after that pitch. 2 runners on, 2 outs. not a bad idea after 5 2/3. We don't have Brady Nelson's pitch count, but I would assume it's getting up there at this point.
Right, and especially as someone who you haven't made used to starting as well. He is used to coming in relief and making sure to corral a fire and put wind on throw some water on a fire, not create it. But yes, like you said, excellent mound visit here with a 1-2 count, and especially after it was very 2 quick outs.
Yeah.
Kind of expected it to kind of go free flowing there and then had a little bit of a stopgap. But yet again, kind of the same formula for the Huskies. We let them score in the first inning of the last game, let them score 3 runs in the first inning of the second half of the doubleheader, and nothing since. As we see this one get popped high up to the first baseman, Navarhill will corral that in for the 3rd out. And that is going to move us on to the bottom of the 6th inning here. We await you here on 97.5 Radio X.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Luka knocks a man on the puck. He's in the slot. Crushing scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net. Holtkamp under it. Duke, there it is. Another no-hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium here in your second half of the Saturday doubleheader. The SCSU Huskies going off against the SMSU Mustangs. We await Colin Hubert, who is again on the mound for the second straight inning here. He will be pitching to the 2-3-4 hitters again for the Huskies. Wyatt Tweet waits up the first at bat. So far on that, he struck out in his first at bat, but since then has been 1 for 2 on the year so far, batting .340 with a home run and 8 RBIs. The lefty steps into the box against the left-handed pitcher for an outside ball 1. Hubert winds up with the left-handed windup. This one fired in and sent right back at him for a single up the center field line here. Tweet moving his day to 2 of 4 with that single.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting. He kept the front shoulder closed and just sent it right back up the middle, not trying to do too much.
And that's kind of been the story for the Huskies so far. Just doing your job and advancing the runner, and we get runs.
You just keep the line moving.
This one's going to be a slow rainbow toss in high for ball 1 to Blaine Guthrie. Him as well, same thing as Tweet, 1 for 3 so far in the day. This one half cut on, and the first base ump will say he is safe. So 2-0 the count moves to.
Yeah, Guthrie been swinging the bat well so far this season, and especially today.
Oh, yeah. Coming into the day batting .406 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 4 runs. I mean, there is a reason where he's batting third in the lineup. As he awaits pitch 3 in the 2-0 count. This one he cuts hard on but misses, extending the count to 2-1.
Guthrie hitting .500 against left-handed pitchers coming into today.
My gosh. So his eyes are wide open at the plate at the moment. That one is going to go a little bit high to move the count to 3-1. And when you have someone that's batting .500 against lefties, do you think you give them the green light even on the 3-1 count?
I think so. I mean, it's a 3-run game. You have no outs in the inning. I think that's would be a reason to give him the green light.
And he did have the green light there as he cut and fouled one high back behind center plate to move the count to full. Guthrie here, no outs, sends one high up to the second baseman here. He tracks that down, 4 out 1. That makes it 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Huskies, still with their 6-3 lead and a runner on first. We await Ethan Navarhill stepping into the batter's box. 1 for 2 so far on the day with an RBI on that sacrifice fly. This one's going to be lefty versus lefty here, as he's going to take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Navarhill almost takes another one outside for ball 1 and for ball 2, but that one's going to be called a strike, so the count will move to even at 1-1. It's almost in the same spot, but that one called just on the corner. They are gifting on the outside corner here. That is strike 2, high and away a little bit, but count moves to 1-2 for Navarhill.
Yeah, good pitching from Huppert on the mound to Navarhill and just attacking him.
This one high, but line to second baseman here. That's going to be easy out at first. They will not even try for the double play. Extending the outs to 2, but runner in scoring position is advanced with Wilmus Castro coming in to the batter's box with an RBI ready on the day.
Yeah, they just let him go on to second. I mean, it makes sense that Wyatt Tweed on there second, now 2 outs. Wilmus Castro stepping in as they take a mound visit.
Yeah, I see replacing him too. Yep.
Oh wow.
I think they don't like the matchup lefty versus righty, so they're going to bring another righty in.
Yeah, Wilmus Castro batting .385 against lefties coming into the game on the season, so they're going to put someone else in. Number 29 coming in relief for him. That's Jacob Merrill.
Jacob Merrill here.
Not even listed as a pitcher.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm looking at the pitchers right now, and he's not there.
39.
Ah, okay, 39.
Cole Frisbee.
Cole Frisbee, 0 earned runs so far on the year in the 1 appearance and 1 inning pitched.
It's an awesome name. Another submarine pitcher coming in for
the
Mustangs.
They got a couple of these.
Yeah.
They're just keeping them lying in wait. But another inexperienced pitcher coming in for the Mustangs.
Okay. Oh, it's 19. Okay. He will not give us a clear look at his numbers here.
They are trying to mess around with us.
They are. It is Bennett Napper again. Okay, that makes sense. So it's the same guy that we saw coming in relief last game.
Okay,
All
right. They try to pull one on us, but we got it eventually. But it is the 6'4" senior out of Granite Falls, Minnesota, Bennett Napper, coming in to pitch on the mound. We will give him a second to warm up, and we will join you right back here on 97.5 Radio X.
97.5 Radio X is now your home for St. Cloud Tech High School athletics.
Muhammad Youssef, and Youssef takes the shot and a save. Forced there by Kanan Hennon to push it over the bar.
That means Tiger Athletics can be heard right here, from the court to the field, from the ice to the pitch. Your home for St. Cloud Tech Athletics is Radio X, including St. Cloud High School hockey, along with the Icebreakers.
Pass connects. Shot there, Carlson. Save, rebound, loose puck in the slot, and St. Cloud scores!
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium here as we await the first pitch from Bennett Napper to Castro, who's going to line it right back to him, and we're going to end the inning right away. So that was a really good time. I'm glad you guys showed up for that. But 1 pitch, 3rd out. We'll move to the top of the 7th inning here, and we'll be right back with you here on 97.5 Radio X.
Hey, the KVSC Sports Stream is broadcasting all your Husky athletics. Okay, that's volleyball.
Receives the serve. Torvey, left pin swing!
Basketball.
She pulled up from the logo looking like Steph Curry.
Baseball.
Toop, there it is. Another no-hitter.
And softball.
This one has a chance to get out on the warning track. Gone!
Okay, so go to kvsc.org. Okay, click sports, and then click KVSC Sports Stream. Okay, we'll see you there.
Hello and welcome back to your 97.5 Radio X stream here as we watch Brady Nelson take a couple warm-up pitches here, awaiting his 6th inning of pitching. So far in the day, only 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and all the 3 earned runs came in that first inning, and it's been scoreless since. So exactly the kind of day you'd want to see out of Nelson.
Only sitting at 3 strikeouts. I thought it would be a little more, but really just been able to get a lot of soft contact, especially in that last inning. We saw just basically 3 back-to-back-to-back ground balls.
Yeah, no, he's been amazing at inducing the ground balls and inducing the easy outs so far, especially in the last couple innings. As we see Caleb Gardo get ready to step into the batter's box. So far in the day, has not gotten on base, but on the season batting .238. The righty awaits the right-handed Nelson for ball 1 inside. But Nelson, effective use of his defense today is what you can say. This one low again, but cut on this time by Gardo, and we're going to see the count even up at 1-1. And we do see the Huskies mound start to get a little bit more active down in left field as Nelson isn't even used to starting, and he's on his 6th inning of work. That one is going to be outside, but for a strike this time for Nelson, extending his lead in the count now 1-2. Brock Wylota awaits in the batter's on deck circle as we see the next pitch come in high for ball 2, evening the count at 2-2.
Yeah, Nelson done a good job at just, not getting too visibly tired out there, which is something that's very easily to do here in the 7th inning.
And as we've seen this one cut on, swung, and missed for his 4th strikeout of the evening for Nelson. But going back to our point, that's 2 pitchers in a row here for the Huskies who have shown great control and great ability to extend themselves deep into games like this, which is one of the most beneficial things you can have in these doubleheaders. And Brassfield earlier pitched a complete game, and now we have Nelson on his 6th inning out of 9. This one, cut on first pitch, going to be sent deep into the stands into right field, foul. I don't even know where that thing went.
It just hit a seat and then stayed under it.
I think so. It was the magic disappearing ball. As we await the 0-1 pitch here. Wylota winds up, and he sends this one into right field. This one's going to be tracked down by Castro and not quite gotten to. It's going to land right in front of him, and he's going to try throwing out Wylota at second and not quite get there either. So, excellent base running there from Wylota on the double.
Great recovery throw from Wilmus Castro, though.
Yes.
That was that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Ended up being a bang-bang play, and he did a good job at fielding that one as well. That was just a tough ball. He was playing pretty far back.
Oh, yeah. And the key part, too, is keeping the ball in front of you in a moment like that is one of the most important things when you're playing right field. You're on an island over there. That ball gets past you, and with that kind of speed Wylota just showed, he could have gotten home. So, still great defense here in right field by Castro, who's had a couple good plays with his speed. As we see a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 7th for the Mustang, Levi Lampert will start the top of the order again as he watches strike 1 go into the left side of the plate. And Wylota, someone the Huskies have to be aware of on second as well. He is a danger to steal. As Nelson gives him a couple looks over before he fires the pitch. This one hard lined into the gap and left. This one's going to be caught, though, by... This one's going to be caught. Conkle. Excuse me. Conkle catches it in left field, sends it directly back in for the quick second out. I've said his name a couple times out there. He's made a really good plays out in left field so far today.
Yeah, it was a good job just tracking that one down. He didn't have to go far. That was pretty much hit right to him.
Yeah, no, for some reason from our angle, it looked like it was going more to the gap, and then he took 4 steps to the left, and he was just there. As I think Hamrick goes for the fake bunt again. I think, like you said earlier, I think he's just kind of timing up the pitches with those. Now that you mentioned that, now they've seen him do it almost every single at bat.
Yeah. Back foot on the back of the batter's box.
Yeah, I thought he was doing that earlier with Brassfield throwing the heat, but I believe that's just his stance. As he awaits the 1-0 pitch, that one's going to get sent back behind home plate to move it to 1-1. Hamrick looks to drive in his 11th RBI with the runner on second here. Count still at 1-1. Nelson winds up for the third pitch of that bat. That one close to being inside, but called the ball there. Very, very close. That's going to move the count to 2-1. Nelson not having the greatest luck with that inside of the plate against the righties so far.
No, he hasn't. And, I mean, he is up on the line as well from the close to plate.
That one hard line down the left field line, foul, but continue.
But, yeah, I mean, he's right in that corner, like as close to the catcher as you could be. So he looks very close to the plate. So those inside pitches, they look a lot closer to him than they might if he was a half an inch back or something.
Yep, and speaking to that point, I mean, we saw earlier even drill get a couple of those pitches called strikes because he's a lefty, and that was on the outside. That one down in the dirt, no really debate about it, to move the count to 3-2 here. Full count here in the top of the 7th inning, 2 outs. Your Huskies still with a 6-3 lead at U.S. Bank Stadium. Henry Hamrick awaits the pitch from Nelson. This one is going to bounce off home plate and going to advance the runner from second to third, too, with the bounce off the catcher Tweet's chest. So runners move to the corners here, first and third, still 2 outs, but we see Corey Bantam step into the box.
Huskies are going to take a mound visit, have had activities in the bullpen. Number 24 up and throwing him there. The Huskies, that is Frankie Volkers.
We'll see what the decision here from the manager is. Seems as if, yep, we're going to get the replacement here. It is not going to be 24, though. It's going to be, I think, number 1.
Yeah, lefty coming in from the pen, jogging out. From over in left field.
Yeah, A.J. Price, I believe that is, stepping out on the mound.
Wow.
So, an excellent outing from Brady Nelson on the day. He's going to finish with 6 2/3 pitch, 3 earned, 3 runs total, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he's going to leave a runner on first and third he's still responsible for. But we will be right back here with you on 97.5 Radio X in just a moment.
97.5 Radio X is now your home for St. Cloud Tech High School athletics.
Muhammad Youssef, and Youssef takes the shot and a save. Forced there by Kanan Hennon to push it over the bar.
That means Tiger Athletics can be heard right here, from the court to the field, from the ice to the pitch. Your home for St. Cloud Tech Athletics is Radio X, including St. Cloud High School hockey, along with the Icebreakers.
Pass connects, shot there, Carlstead, save, rebound, loose puck in the slot, and St. Cloud scores!
You can listen to us live or find us at 97.5radiox.com.
And I'll do it. Huskies win the first ever North Star Cup.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers in our sports department. If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC sports department is the place for you.
Kozla back up to Proud. Big slap shot, scores! Goal number 2 for Ethan Proud.
By joining the KVSC sports department, you will not only receive a great addition to your resume, but you will meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
I think he has taken over not necessarily a leadership role, but the role as the focal point on the team, and I think the team does know that.
For more information on how to join KVSC, you can call us at 320-308-3066 or visit our website, kvsc.org.
And welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium here on your 97.5 Radio X stream. We await the first pitch here from A.J. Price to Corey Bantam, and that's going to go low for ball 1. A.J. Price, someone who has had the most appearances in games so far from anyone in the Huskies bullpen with 6. No starts so far on the year and only 8.1 innings pitched as he throws another ball for a 2-0 count. So far in the season, has done very well about not giving up good contact, just has trouble with the runs. No doubles, no triples, no home runs, but still a 6.48 ERA in the 8.1 innings pitched. This one is going to go low for ball 3. Count's going to go to 3-0 with runners on the corners.
Yeah, falling behind quickly to a fellow left-handed hitter as a left-handed pitcher. We'll see if he can find this up and in zone. Probably a good place for him to live.
That one got exactly where you mentioned, a little bit up and in the zone for strike 1. The count is going to move to 3-1. Price stares down the runner at first and awaits the count. This one cut on and missed by Bantam. He wanted to tie the game there, but just missed. And the count's going to move to 3-2. Excellent recovery here from A.J. Price, stepping in to a little bit of fire. The lefty winds up, throws it to the end. This one's going to go high and back into the stands. Everyone watch out. And we're safe. We're way over, yeah. This time there was no danger. I do notice, though, that the area where the first foul ball hit over here, everyone has cleared out from. I don't know how and when, but everyone moved from that area, which you see smartness. This one half cut on and is going to get a walk here from Bantam. That was right on the edge there, but he is going to load the bases here with 2 outs.
Looks like they're a pinch hitter.
And a little bit of a mound visit as well right away.
Yeah. We'll see if they go for another new pitcher now. They might
move on over to
just to put him in for the lefty.
Yeah, they like the lefty on lefty matchup for Bantam, but we will see Frankie Volkers step in for the righty on righty so he can face Tyler Froland, who's been a danger for the Huskies so far. We will give him a minute to warm up, and we'll be right back with you here on 97.5 Radio X.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Luka knocks a man on the puck. He's in the slot. Crookshank scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net, he'll camp under it. There it is, another no-hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here as we join you in the top of the 7th inning. Still 2 outs here for the Huskies, but we do see a pitching change to Frankie Volkers for the righty-on-righty matchup. So far on the season, 8 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, and tied for the lead in the team with 15 strikeouts. Still an 8.64 ERA, though, but I mentioned that last on purpose. Volkers gets ready to face off against Tyler Froland, who's homered twice so far in these doubleheaders, 1 in each game. So, what are you thinking as you're going to the mound facing a power hitter like that with bases loaded?
I mean, you're thinking probably pitch outside. You probably want to slow it down. Change-ups on the outside are probably going to be your best friend, just to see if you can try to get him to roll over something. Working that inside-outside is probably going to be something that we'll see Volkers do, but I mean, I don't really know how Frankie Volkers likes to pitch, so I think it'll be very interesting to see how he attacks Froland.
Right.
And, I mean, it's not a good situation to come in relief of.
No, it's almost one of those situations where you're not even too mad at him if he walks Froland here and gives up a run, because you don't want to give up a double and have a chance at him clearing the bases here. And he's going to rip that one down the third line, and that's going to be an easy first pitch out by Moreno. Excellent defense there and gloving that ball in cleanly. Excellent composure here from Volkers, coming in and getting the one pitch out that we needed. We move on to the bottom of the 7th as we await the Huskies stepping into the batter's box. We will take a break with you on 97.5 Radio X.
Nolan Walker shoots bar down. Nolan Walker. He's got 2 now on the evening, and the Huskies, just like that, take the lead back.
Looking for your fill of St. Cloud State sports action?
He finds Roberts in the left corner. His 3 is up and good.
Another one.
All your favorite St. Cloud State sports can be found at KVSC, Radio X, and the KVSC Sports Stream.
In the slot momentarily, and the Huskies score!
Welcome back to your stream here on Radio X 97.5. We join you in the bottom of the 7th inning here on the second half of this Saturday doubleheader. The Huskies maintaining their 6-3 lead so far as we await Hayden Conkle, Eric Bello, and Tae-Young Kim to step into the batter's box here. And we still have Bennett Napper on the mound here, who is 3 2/3 pitched, no earned runs so far, and 4 strikeouts. The submarine and sidearm here has been working.
Yeah, we'll see how the Huskies can attack it. I mean, it's different. They went from a 3/4 arm slot to now this 1 quarter basically, if you want to call it that. It just kind of the same thing, but on the lower end of it.
Yeah, no, the Mustangs have definitely utilized the different pitching formations and weird stances to kind of throw the Huskies off their game, as we see the first pitch get fouled back behind home plate for strike 1 to Conkle. And Conkle so far in the day, after striking out his first at bat, 2 for 2. See if he can continue. This one's just going to go outside here for ball 1, moving the count to 1-1.
Currently in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first game is seven innings. The second game is 9 innings, if anyone's wondering why.
Right. The doubleheader, they do the first half. I mean, we were confused by that in the intermission as well, so definitely not wrong if you are. But this game will go the full 9. This one lined hard to shortstop here as cleanly gloved and out number 1 here. In the bottom of the 7th for the Huskies. That one gloved cleanly by Brock Wylota. And it kind of seems like after he made that pretty good play at short, the looping grab, that his yips are kind of gone.
Yeah, I mean,
he's kind of cleaned it up.
Sometimes you just need one good play. That's all it really needs.
As Eric Bello steps in here, batting 1 for 2 so far on the day. Oh, excuse me. He's 0 of 2 with an RBI, but he got on with a walk, and that one's going to be grounded to second, and another easy out right away for the Mustang. That's going to be 3 pitches, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And we await a pinch hitter here, Austin Baumhover. Been mostly a pinch runner so far and playing it on defense. Nice to see him get a chance at an at-bat here. This one going to be fouled and chopped behind home plate.
Yeah, hasn't had the best start to the season with the bat in his hands, trying to get that going here. Just 1 for 20 so far on the season.
1 for 20 is usually not good.
Suboptimal.
This one's going to be hard line, and that's going to be 2 for 21, baby. That's going to be a single up the middle of the field for a 2-out single.
There it is. Sometimes that's all you need. Just a good hit right up the middle. Doesn't go east-west anywhere. Just goes directly back over the mound.
You know, they talk about announcers jinx, but what about reverse announcers jinx?
I think that's what just happened.
Yeah, I think we should get half credit for that hit. As we see Braden Jacobson, step into the batter's box. And it is nice to see Baumhover get on base, too, because he can move. He can steal a bag. So even with 2 outs here, we can kind of get a rally going if we so desire. As Jacobson awaits the 0-1 pitch, he fouls another one back behind home plate, moving it to 0-2. And nice to see Jacobson up and still in the game as he got hit in the calf with that weird ball earlier. Seems to be moving just fine. As Napper gets into his stance to fire in the 3rd pitch. This one, I jinxed that one. Okay,
yeah,
that's on me. He got hit.
That was right in the same spot,
it was.
too.
That
rolled off. It looked like both calves, and he's down a little bit, shaking that one off.
Yeah, no, that's one of those ones. Like the first one's a stinger. The second one, it's like, what are we doing, man?
He runs down the first base line before the trainer can even get out there.
Yep. No, it seems like he is okay again, though. Just kind of one of those other things you need to walk off. But he will make it on base with the runner on first and second and 2 outs now. And Liam Moreno flipping the card back over and starting again. Moreno awaits the first pitch here from Napper. This one hard line to short. It's gonna need to make a play, and he does at second for the 3rd out. So Mustangs get out alive with the Huskies leaving 2 on and 1 in scoring position. Lead stays 6-3, and we move to the top of the 8th inning here on 97.5 Radio X.
Nolan Walker shoots barred down. Nolan Walker. He's got 2 now on the evening, and the Huskies, just like that, take the lead back.
Looking for your fill of St. Cloud State sports action?
He finds Roberts in the left corner. His 3 is up and good.
Another one.
All your favorite St. Cloud State sports can be found at KVSC, Radio X, and the KVSC Sports Stream.
In the slot momentarily, and the Huskies score!
.97.5 Radio X is now your home for St. Cloud Tech High School athletics.
Muhammad Youssef, and Youssef takes the shot and a save. Forced there by Kanan Hennon to push it over the bar.
That means Tiger Athletics can be heard right here, from the court to the field, from the ice to the pitch. Your home for St. Cloud Tech Athletics is Radio X, including St. Cloud High School hockey, along with the Icebreakers.
Pass connects. Shot there, Carlstead. Save, rebound, loose puck in the slot, and St. Cloud scores!
You can listen to us live or find us at 97.5radiox.com.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here as we join you for the last 2 innings of our doubleheader on this Saturday evening. Frankie Volkers still on the mound here after his 1-pitch success in the last outing. Let's see if he can continue that kind of role going as Chuck Hackett steps into the batter's box.
Chuck Hackett. I mean, that's just the best third baseman name I could ever think of.
It really is. It doesn't get better.
If you were going to make like a fake third baseman, his name would be Chuck Hackett on the Mustangs.
Oh yeah, Chuck Hackett, and then like second is Chipper Jones. Like I don't know how it can get better as we see strike 1 go in there. No, some A-tier names just across the board from both these teams.
Oh yeah.
As we see pitch 2 get thrown in there and fouled high back. A chance possibly to be caught here by Avangrill, and he cannot get to it. Strike 2 to move the count to 0-2 now. As we see the Mustangs warm up a couple arms in right field as well.
Guy number 24 down there warming up for the Mustangs. That is one Cody Wickman.
Another one that has not a lot of experience so far is this one's lined deep into left field. Is that going to go foul? Oh, just barely foul. Had the distance to be gone.
Yeah, it was definitely close. It was getting up there. I think it just barely hit off the wall, but I think if it was straightened out, it would have gone a little farther.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that you want to have back as soon as you watch it go off the bat. As Hackett, so far in the day, only 0 of 2, but with a walk so far. As Volkers is facing a second batter on the outing. This one's going to go a little bit low here to make the count 1-2. That's one of those ones where you have an 0-2 count. Why not try to get him to swing outside the zone?
Yeah, it was a good pitch there.
Volkers nods for the pitch. This one a little bit outside to the right. Count is going to go to 2-2 here. And we do see the outfield shift quite a bit too here for the righty is going to line it just fouled on the left field line again. So maybe they're correct with this little left field shift over here as
that's
that
something
seems where he's going.
That's something I've noticed. The Huskies like to shift quite a bit.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I've seen infielders shift with the second baseman standing, over second base quite a bit for right-handed hitters.
And it seemed to work out so far. I mean, I've seen it happen a couple times where they've hit a grounder or hit a pop fly directly into a shift, as that one is going to be a ball to extend the count to full here.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're Volkers.
No, you don't want to start 0-2 and then kind of get a little fancy with the pitch and then get fancier and then all of a sudden you're at a full count. This one's going to be fired in there and fouled back here with the defensive swing from Hackett. Count's going to stay full. Mustangs looking for any kind of rally here with no outs in the top of the 8th inning, still down by 3. That one's going to be cut on there. That one might have been a little bit outside, but he for sure went fully around, so that's going to be a strikeout swinging for Hackett as Volkers picks up his first strikeout of the evening and his 16th on the season. We now see Jared Cortez step up into the batter's box.
Yeah, good job by Volkers just staying true there on a full count and just getting the heat by him.
And that's kind of what he's been good at. His ERA is stretched a little bit higher than some would have liked, but his strikeout numbers have still stayed consistent. That one's going to be low and outside for the first pitch and 1-0 count to Jared Cortez. Cortez is going to take a good cut on this one, but just like his counterpart, it's going to be well fouled on the left field line. And Cortez has had somewhat of a rough outing here in the first set of these doubleheaders, as that one's going to go foul down the right field line this time, just past the first base bag.
Yeah, good job there. I mean, by Volkers, just staying in, getting him to just barely roll over, getting a ground ball. If it was fair, it would have been probably an out at least.
Yeah, no, and it's one of those ones still that when you're playing first base like that and you get that kind of hot spot when you're in that little bit of hot corner, and that one's lined up down the center field line, it's going to be stopped here by Baumhover and got him. He stopped it. Still safe at first by the Mustangs there, but it was stopped, so, it showed great speed still in the defensive end.
Yeah, a good job. I mean, as you said, gets out there and stops it. If he didn't go out there and stop it, it would have kind of nestled weirdly in that no man's land in shallow center field. He might have, if he really wanted to and they were feeling it, they could have sent him and tried to catch the Huskies napping.
That is one of those plays, especially on turf, like you've been talking about. If a ball rolls a little bit farther, so it's like right in between the right field and second baseman, you can have kind of a trouble. As we see strike one go into Owen Latendresse here. As Volkers awaits the pitch, he gives the nod and gets into his windup. Then he's going to send it back to first here, checking, and that they're going to be safe.
Good move. Had him almost there.
Had me fooled, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he does a good job. He just does the little sidestep off towards his towards the third baseman from the right-hander pitcher.
And that one is going to be strike two?
Yeah.
I think he's saying he swung. I know it was outside, but I believe he swung.
I believe so, yeah.
Do we have a pinch runner on first as well?
We do. That's what I was looking at. Jacob Merrill.
Okay, I could not find his number. I could not see it.
Yeah.
And they're going to throw it back to Merrill here, and he's going to be safe. Merrill subbing out the Cortez, who one of their hottest hitters, but not today. Usually one of their better hitters. As I try to find Merrill here, who hasn't gotten a chance. He only had 3 at-bats in the year and no stolen bases, but they're looking to get him one as we check him again, making sure he's staying at first.
Yeah, he throws over again, which is an interesting move because he doesn't have a very big lead.
No, he doesn't. And it's not like he's got long legs and looks like a speedster out there, but when you only have a 3-run lead, I guess you want to protect it.
That's a great pitch right there.
That is strike 3. Excellent pitch out there to Lata Andres, who's going to take strike 3 looking for an out there. And that moves Brock Wyoda up to bat, who had a good double earlier. Still 1 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning here. As Volkers awaits, Carter Lang is going to step into the at-bat circle here. Excuse me. He is so far in the season, he's going to take ball 1 here, but so far in the season batting .375, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs with 4 runs. So quite productive coming in off the pinch hitting circle.
Yeah, then I think that it looks like they pretty much just use him as a pinch hitter.
That's what it's looking like. He only has 8 at-bats on the year and 2 home runs. So
transferred in from Alexandria Tech Community College to Southwest.
Strike 1 there for you. That's going to go 1-1 on the count now. But he's stepped in the batter's box, and I was immediately confused because he's towering over everybody. I'm like, I feel like I would have noticed this, but as Lang awaits pitch 3, takes a hard cut on that one. That one's going to be a foul. It will be 1-2 now. Runner on first here still with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. And we're going to check on him again. Merrill at first is not being allowed any room to breathe over there. Mustangs getting into desperation time with pinch hitters and pinch runners. Is still down by 3 with only 1 more opportunity to bat. And this one's going to be lined to short, and we're going to go for the... Oh, and then we only have 2 outs. Yeah. Anyway, so they're just going to take the force at second and move the inning to the bottom of the 8th as we await the Huskies' possibly last chance to bat. We will be right here on 97.5 Radio X.
Okay, the KVSC Sports Stream is broadcasting all your Husky athletics. Okay, that's volleyball.
Receives the serve. Torvey, left pin swing!
Basketball.
She pulled up from the logo looking like Steph Curry.
Baseball.
Toop, there it is. Another no-hitter.
And softball.
This one has a chance to get out on the warning track. Gone!
Okay, so go to kvsc.org. Okay, click sports, and then click KVSC Sports Stream. Okay, we'll see you there.
Hello and welcome back to US Bank Stadium here as we join you, and we're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning here for the Huskies' possibly last chance to get a go around here. And I feel like this is the second or third time we've started a lineup at this, but we have the 2-3-4 in Wyatt Tweet, Blaine Guthrie, and Ethan Navrahill up to bat here. They will be facing a different pitcher, though. They substituted Bennett Napper this time around for Austin Dent, who's getting a good warm-up at the moment, but so far in the season, Dent hasn't had too much opportunity to show himself. 4 innings pitched, 2 appearances, 4.50 ERA, 1 walk, 2 earned total runs. He's stepping in as a lefty going against the lefty Tweet as well, so you do wonder if they're bringing him in just for that matchup because they do see another right-hander warming up in the Mustang bullpen.
Yeah, I can't see anything going on in the Husky bullpen on that side, but probably just going to ride Volters to the end of this game.
I mean, at this point, he's given you no reason to stray from him. So when you know you have 2 more games to play tomorrow, why not just get through 2 games only using 3 pitchers? I mean, it
would be nice.
That's a very nice scenario.
Dent looking in to Tweet, the left-handed batter.
Goes for strike 1 to Tweet here. And that's the kind of outside corner we were talking about, lefty-lefty versus righty-righty. Righty-righty, those were not getting called for Nelson earlier, but when you're lefty versus lefty on that outside corner, it's a little bit different. That one's going to bounce before it even gets to home plate for ball 1. Tweet so far on the day, 2 of 4 with a strikeout. That one he watches for another strike outside as he learns he kind of has to protect that outside part of the plate here. Count goes to 1-2. Tweet this time cuts a little bit late, and this one's going to get fouled off to the left field line. Looks like he lost like a elbow guard or something like that in the process too.
His elbow guard just came flying off.
Swung himself out of socks, one would say. As we await the pitch from the left-handed Dent. That's going to get barely dribbled back right to Dent, who's going to walk it over to first base for the out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And that's one of the perfect starts for Dent that you'd like to see from the Mustangs, as we see Blaine Guthrie step in the batter's box. Guthrie hoping to continue his hot start. He played a hot first game, has 1 for 4 so far today, and came into the day batting .394 in the season as he takes a good cut and misses for strike 1. Guthrie caught earlier in the first half of the doubleheader today, now DHing. See awaits pitch number 2. This one lined back to the shortstop Wailota, who's going to wind up and get him out correctly. No issues there for out number 2.
Yeah, good job by Waitola just to stay close and just throw it on to first. Really just makes it nice and simple. And Huskies 2 outs now, bottom of the 8th, as Navajo going to stick it in.
Yeah, and like you said, we don't see any pitchers winding or warming up in the Huskies bullpen. We see strike 1 to Navratil here. No players warming up, so you assume Volkers will be given the save opportunity in the top of the 9th as well. Dent winds up. This one a little bit more outside to the lefty, so that one will be called a ball, moving the count to even at 1-1. Dent tosses. This one's going to be a hard line between the first and second baseline, and no chance at it there. It's going to be an easy single for Navajo and a 2-out single. Huskies have been excellent today at 2-out hitting. As we prepare for Wilmus Castro to step back into the batter's box, only 0 of 2 so far on the day, but an RBI, and I believe he was on base the other 2 appearances.
Yeah, he was hit by a pitch at one point.
Yes, that's what it was.
Sack fly as well.
Sack fly and then the hit by pitch. So he's had a couple good plate appearances. And they even switched out the righty. They had the left-hander out there, a Napper earlier, and switched out.
They're taking a mound visit right now to talk to Dent. 2 outs.
And that's the recognition of the right-handed Castro being one of the better hitters in all of college baseball against left-handed hitters.
Yeah, I mean, when he can really start seeing lefties, and once he gets even more at bats, it'll be even better.
And we are going to see another lefty-righty change. So they're going to take Dent out for the lefty-righty matchup. They are going to get, I can't quite see the number yet, 24. Okay, so they're going to get Cody Wichman in to warm up a little bit, and we will give him a second to do that. We will be right back here with you on 97.5 Radio X.
Okay, the KVSC Sports Stream is broadcasting all your Husky athletics. Okay, that's volleyball,
Receives the serve. Torvey, left pin swing!
basketball,
She pulled up from the logo looking like Steph Curry.
baseball,
Toop, there it is. Another no-hitter.
and softball.
This one has a chance to get out on the warning track. Gone!
Okay, so go to kvsc.org, okay, click sports, and then click KVSC Sports Stream. Okay, we'll see you there.
Hello and welcome back to your Radio X stream on 97.5 at US Bank Stadium for the last part of the second game of double headers we have going on here at US Bank Saturday and two more Sunday. Joey and I will be here with you for all four games. As we see number 24, Cody Wickman, step on the mound to warm up a little bit. Only 2.1 or 2 1/3 innings pitched so far in the season on 2 appearances. 0-1 in the win-loss column and a 3.86 ERA. He comes into the season with 3 strikeouts as well, even in the only 2 1/3 pitched. So high strikeout to run ratio. But the right-hander steps on the mound against the other right-hander for the Huskies in Castro. Castro takes a cut on a low first pitch for strike one. Evan Gill still on first base as well with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th here for your Huskies. This one slightly slower cut on, but foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. 0-2 count here for Castro against the right-handed Wickman. Wickman awaits the pitch, gives the nod, gives a quick glance at first, and winds up for his pitch. This one, 3 swings, 3 misses, and a strikeout for Castro here as the Mustangs quickly move on with a 3-run deficit going in to the top of the 9th for their last chance at a chance of redemption. We will join you right here for that on 97.5 Radio X in just a moment.
KVSC is looking for new volunteers for our sports department.
Luka knocks a man on the puck. He's in the slot. Crookshank scores!
If you love sports and want an opportunity to get closer to your favorite teams, the KVSC Sports Department is the place for you.
Tracking back is net. He'll camp under it. Toop, there it is. Another no-hit.
When you join the KVSC Sports Department, not only will you receive a great addition to your resume, you will also meet the future of the industry and gain on-the-job experience in broadcasting.
Kick out to Willard on the left wing. 3 is up and good.
To contact us, please call 320-308-3066 or contact us at kvsc.org.
Aaron to serve. Gets it over. Ceiling. Starkey. Schmidt. Blocked up front. The Huskies are going dancing.
The KVSC Sports Department. Get in the game.
Welcome back to your KVSC stream here on Radio X 97.5. We await Volkers to take the mound for what could possibly be the last inning here in the top of the 9th. He will face Wylota, Lampert, and then moving on to Hamrick and as the 3 batters for sure, as the 9-1-2 are up to bat. Volkers has had a strong outing so far today. Today, only 1 hit and 2 strikeouts given up so far in the 2 1/3, I believe he's pitched. As we await Wylota to step in to the box, he's 1 for 3 so far on the day with no RBIs, 1 RBI in the season and batting .227. The right-hander awaits Volkers to be ready. First one sent in, an attempted bunt is going to go, I think he pulled back just in time for a ball.
That's what it looked like, but Yeah, showing bunt first pitch there, and it looked like he was trying to get it down.
Yeah, interesting way to get a 3-run deficit back quickly, but as we see 2 outside pitches in a row from Volkers, the count's going to move to 2-0. Volkers winds up for the third pitch. That one's going to go just outside to the right. Not a great start for a 3-0 count. Not usually the start you want to see to a 9-hole hitter. There's the first strike of the at-bat. Count moves to 3-1. But when you have the 9th-hole hitter up to bat with a 1-2 on deck, it kind of makes more sense just to throw it in zone as much as possible, as we see a hard cut from Wylota. He wanted one there, and the count's going to move to full.
Yeah, he wants to swing here. He wants a hit, and Volkers is just dialing up the heat for him.
And another swing and a miss there, just as Joey said. Another heat going right by him. He said, my best versus your best. Who's better? It's me.
You love to see it there. Frankie Volkers, no hesitation as he just absolutely assaults the zone there, just throwing the heat in.
Yep, it looked like he was trying to kind of play around a little bit in the start of that bat. Finally caught wind of what he needed to do. As we see Lampert steps in, and another attempted bunt that was pulled back for a ball.
Huskies' defense the infield is shifted pretty severely over to the right side for the left-handed hitter. So if he could get it down the third base line.
Yeah, I suppose Volkers would be the only one that could field that. As we see ball 1 go in there, or strike 1, excuse me, is for a 1-1 count. Volkers winds up for the 1-out pitch. That one's going to go way high and somehow secured by Tweet there. Excellent catch. Lampert awaits the 2-1 pitch here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. This one fouled high and off to the left field line, all the way back. Couple feet away from everyone, so we're safe. Don't worry. Volkers gets ready for the 2-2 pitch here with 1 out. This one hard in the zone, lined up down the third base line for Moreno. He has it and corralled.
He caught it and lost it on the transfer.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Yeah.
The umpire called it out. He caught it, and in the transfer from his glove to his hand, he dropped it, but that's still an out.
So 1 out away from ending the day's games now, the Huskies are.
Yeah, Henry Hamrick, I don't know what kind of mentality you step into this box with, but you're down 3 runs here, and you can't save the day, so all you need to worry about is getting on base any way you possibly can. But that is ball 1, so the count's going to start 1-0 for Hamrick. That one's going to be cut on down the third base line, and they're going to call foul.
Wow.
I thought that went fair as well, but that one is going to go foul, and probably lucky because that would have been a double.
Yeah, I mean, Moreno was there outstretched on the third base line, but just could not quite get to where the ball was.
Yeah, must have maybe it hit the bag or something like that, and that's why it went over. But nonetheless, Hamrick steps in for the 1-1 pitch. He gives a check swing and awaits. This one just inside for strike 2. Excellent pitch from Volkers there in a clutch moment. Hamrick now on his heels as the game lies in his hands here. The 1-2 pitch, cut on and barely tipped back to keep the Mustangs alive. We're watching a boxer get knocked around on the ropes right now and just won't go down. Volkers winds up. This one's sent in. This one lined down the third base line. Moreno has it this time. It's fair. He fires out. Game over. Huskies sweep day 1 of the doubleheaders. 6-3 with another excellent play on the defensive end by Moreno.
The crowd is loving it here as now the teams get ready to break. I mean, a great job from St. Cloud today getting both wins on Saturday. We'll see how they can fare tomorrow, but another good win for the Huskies as they improve, or they win this one 6-3.
And they improved to 8-8 on the season
Yeah.
now. Now they're back to even just like that. But, I mean, you look at these two games, Joey, and you take out the first inning and we shut them out both times. I mean, it was 3 runs in the first inning the first game, and it was 3 runs in the first inning the second game, and then diddly squat after.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good job. The pitching did a really good job, especially after those both starters had early struggles, and then they found their groove, and then the bullpen did good in the second game, and then obviously the first game it only took Brassfield out there on the mound for the Huskies, so they were also able to save their bullpen for pretty much the entire day, which is going to be really nice going into tomorrow, and then they'll have a nice little break before picking up against Sioux Falls next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it when we first started the first game, one of the biggest things we mentioned was, wow, there's no one's being warmed up in the bullpen, no one's coming in, these pitchers are lasting a while, and then we kind of picked up on the fact that they know they have 4 games and they know they might have to go through their bullpen, but unlike the Mustangs, the Huskies got very lucky with excellent pitching and had to use 3 pitchers for 2 games. That's one 7-inning, 1 9. That's crazy.
Obviously, they'll be back again tomorrow. They have
same times
tomorrow. Yep, same time, same location here at US Bank Stadium. We'll be back here on 97.5 FM Radio X as long as the NSIC network on the website and YouTube channel. So make sure to tune back again today. I've been Joey Hudson. Nick, anything else?
I think that's about it.
So Joey Hudson, Nick Shaughnessy, this is us signing off. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place. You're listening to Radio X 97.5 FM right now as we sign off.